Hi guys! It's Paige. I'm gonna make another yoga video for you to use. It's really funny, in the last like 3 days I've had a bunch of people message me that they've used the last one that I made for my mom when I first got my teaching certificate about a year ago. I was in Janky Arts on Church Street and no one showed up to class, and I was like, I want to make a yoga video because I don't know what else to do with myself. And now I've been teaching for about a year and a half and taught over about around 200 classes, I think, at this point, which is pretty fucking awesome. It makes me feel really good. And people keep showing up, so I keep showing up. And I love it. This is mostly for my mom, who is going to be hiking the Appalachian Trail with me. It passes right through my hometown in the Berkshires. So this is mostly for her. She needs to work on balance and loosen up a little bit. So this is for you, Mom. And of course, anybody else who wants to use it, please do so. It's going to be a shorter one than an hour, because I think, at least when I go and look for yoga videos and they're more than an hour, I'm like, meh, and I just kind of go blank. So it's going to be a little bit shorter. And there'll be a few options to take a gentler approach or a more aggressive approach. And I might get up while you're supposed to be in ungentle pose, just to like talk with my hands, but just I'll instruct you to stay where you are. But a few things before we get going. First thing is, sorry how ghetto this place looks. I was like stressing out so much about finding a space to do it, and then I realized the room next door to mine was unoccupied, and so I tried to make it look homey, but it still kind of looks a little ghetto. But so things you need for yoga practice today. You don't have to have a mat. If you have a rug, that'll work just as well. 2 pillows. I literally just took them off my bed and put them next to my yoga mat. 2 pillows, maybe 3 if you want. Definitely a blanket, any sort of blanket. We're gonna use underneath the knees and on our belly and on our back. Some water if you want some. It's totally personal preference. And then the other really most important thing is to allow yourself 30 minutes. So it'll be about a 30-minute video, but like get rid of any distractions. Okay, there's my cell phone over there. I'm gonna get rid of it. There it is right there. But get rid of any distractions, and I like to like set some candles. I have something pushing out some aromatherapy essential oils over there. And I light some incense or anything like that. And even like sometimes I'll take an essential oil and like put it on my wrist just to like get you in the mood. It helps to get you in the mood. I'll put a few different artists that I really like right now underneath this video, so you can click on them and listen to it while you listen along to my voice. Oh, that sound good? Cool. Well, we'll get started. So we're actually going to start in a more restorative pose for about 2 or 3 minutes to get the breath going. So if you want to grab your pillows and place them the long way on your mat so they're facing away from you. So a long way, stack 2 on top of each other. Then you're going to bring your knees nice and wide and big toes to touch in the back. But you might want your knees a little bit wider even than the mat itself. And if you have sensitivity in the knees, or if this is just uncomfortable for you, you might want to take the blanket and place it on top of the calves to give you some more support. And then you're going to pull these nice and close and just begin to drape yourself over it. So feeling really supported, you can bring the arms out wide. They can hug your props, and you can bring them down by the heels. This is supported child's pose. And so you're going to take a few moments and move around. You might want to move the props out a little bit further. If you want a greater stretch, you might stretch the arms out long. And then option to place the forehead or the cheek to rest. But wherever you are, you want to make sure you feel really heavy. So I don't want to be holding myself up because I'm uncomfortable. It's really heavy where you are. And the first 3 or 4 moments in a pose are for kind of building yourself up. So you want to really stack everything so that it feels really good. There shouldn't be any discomfort. So move around as much as you need to until you're completely comfortable. And then take those last 2 or 3 movements to finalize any adjustments in the physical body that you need to make. You might hear me talk a lot about different layers of the body. So as you lie here, we'll start with the outermost layer, the physical layer. So eventually bringing yourself to find stillness. And complete stillness. So no fidgeting of the fingers and of the toes. Trying to keep the eyelids nice and heavy, mouth gentle and soft, maybe lips parted. You can feel all the places where the mat touches the tips of the fingers, the tops of the hands. Maybe the distribution of weight on the elbows or forearms, or the top of the knees or tops of the feet. And noticing the looseness of the belly, so making sure belly is nice and long. And once again, softness of the face. Next, we'll bring ourselves to the second layer of the body, which is the breath body. So as you lie here, really still in an extended child's pose, begin to notice the slight rise and fall of the low back, and then mid back, maybe upper back. And you're just noticing, you're not trying to change or exaggerate. On the exhale, gentle pull of navel towards spine, and just slow and soft. Inhaling to expand, and gently lift. And as you exhale, getting heavier. And taking a moment to pause and feel the heartbeat in the fingers or toes, forehead or cheeks. Again, complete stillness. We'll slowly begin to manipulate or play with the breath, just to keep it interesting. Beginning to deepen, we'll work on 3-part yogic breath. So on the next inhale, I'm going to pull the air all the way down to low belly, so take a big inhale. You're going to feel belly expand, the ribs come wide and chest gently lifts. And then as you exhale, you're going to try to exhale top down, so chest will deflate first, then ribs, then belly. Inhale, belly balloons out, gets big, ribs expand wide, chest lifts. And slow exhale, top down, chest, and ribs and belly. I'm doing this a few more times, and it should be an even inhale and even exhale. And traditionally, it's inhale and exhale for the nose, but I kind of like the open mouth exhale. And you can even make a soft sigh or a sound. It feels super good. It feels like you're relieving and letting go of any stale energy or anything that's been holding on to you for the last week. So 3-part yogic breath, starting from the bottom. Deep breath in, belly gets big, ribs expand, chest lifts. Exhale, top down, chest, ribs and belly. Inhale, belly gets big, ribs expand, you're lifting up. Maybe expanding through back of heart, and as you exhale, you're sinking through hips, hips come towards heels, and once again, getting heavy in your seat. And do this 3 or 4 more times at your own pace. Once again, soft face, eyes closed. Just need to follow this wave of the breath, wave of the inhale, wave of the exhale. And noticing if you're breathing into the sides of the body, the back of the body, or just the low chest. And really try to get into all these areas. We actually have a lot of space in the back of the body for lung capacity that we don't use or take care of. So see if you can really breathe into the back of the heart, between the shoulders on the inhales. And really sink through belly, sink through tailbone on the exhales. And continuing with this 3-part yogic breath, we're going to add on another layer. I don't really know what it's called, but I call it the wave. So at the top of the next inhale, take a big belly breath in. When you get to the top of the breath, automatically begin the exhale. Bottom of breath, begin the inhale. Top of breath, begin exhale. Bottom of breath, begin inhale. So taking your time, doing it at your own pace. And this should be gentle and easy. So if the breath begins to quicken because you're curious or excited to get to the exhale, just slow it down. Take a longer breath, maybe a little sip of air at the top or at the bottom of the exhale, maybe pulling navel towards spine and pushing out any old air. So lengthening out the inhale and exhale. But still continuing with a smooth, rhythmic breath. So even inhale, top of inhale, begin exhale. And then if a cheek is resting on your pillow, you can just flip the head and bring opposite cheek to rest. 1 or 2 more breaths, just like that. And just like you almost never started, kind of allowing the breath to naturally come back to its rhythmic pace. And the eyes can stay closed. And so we're going to go into the third layer of the self, which is the mental or the emotional layer of the body. And so just take a second and check in. Just kind of activating what Kripalu Yoga calls the witness conscious, so becoming aware of how and what you're thinking. Not critiquing or changing, just kind of this passive observer that just watches. In that way, in mind and body, you can respond rather than react to all the situations you're in, including this 30-minute video. So witness conscious, trying to be passive and just observe, trying to choose a few adjectives to describe the mind, the state of the mind right now. So are you a little bit anxious? Are you fluttered in the mind? Is it calm? Maybe it's smooth. Maybe there's a lot of space. Just a few adjectives, and being completely happy and okay with whatever you find. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. So we'll slowly begin to walk the hands back in and place them underneath the shoulder blades. We can take the props off to the side for a moment. And if you have a blanket on the heels, you can move it off to the side, and welcome to find a seat. And we'll be here for about a minute or so. Some people really like to stretch the legs out long. I like to cross them. It's totally up to you. If you want a little extra comfort, you can place something underneath the bum. So whether that's your pillow or your blanket, just helps to prop the hips up a little bit. And if you imagine that your hips are a bowl, you're kind of tilting them forward and getting tall through the spine. So finding your comfy seat and finding a nice tall back, just closing the eyes here. And taking a few open mouth exhales and imagining as you inhale, you're growing tall through the spine, reaching through crown of head. And as you exhale, you can relax your shoulder blades down and back, kind of sinking through hips, grounding down. One or two more. Inhale, reach the waist, full breath in. And exhale, settling into your space, settling into your seat. One more inhale. And exhale. And you can keep eyes closed or soft gaze, or just take a full breath in. Left hand's going to reach all the way up towards the sky. And as you exhale, let yourself fall right on over. So form can come to touch. It's okay if the bum lifts up, but really reach that top hand. And now let the head be heavy. I'm taking 2 breaths here. Really big stretch to the left side. Activating fingers. Belly balloons out completely. Nice, and as you're ready, cartwheel. Coming back through center, deep breath in. Right hand reaches up towards the sky, and exhale, let yourself fall right on over. Head is heavy. And so in yoga, you have 6 kind of aspects of the spine. You have the forward and backward movement. You have the side to side, and then a twist in each direction. And those are the 2 or the 6 most important ways you can stretch out. So if we hit those, we're feeling good. And so then come back to center. Deep breath in, left hand reaches. And exhale, fall, same thing. Head is heavy, buck and lift up. But on the next inhale, you can open up the shoulder, let the head fall back. Inhale here. Exhale, curl the shoulder in and under. Nice round spine, chin comes in. Inhale, open it up. Big belly breath, opening up heart, opening up chest. You can even open up the jaw. Ah. Exhale to curl. One more time. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, curl. This time on that exhale, do a big sweep towards front of room. So you're stretching through fingertips, rounding down the spine, head is heavy. And all the way back up through center. Deep breath in, right hand reaches all the way up. And exhale to fall. Same thing this side. Inhale, open it up. Shoulder blades fall. Head falls back. Exhale, round. Nice round spine, belly comes in. 2 more. Inhale, open it. Exhale, round. Last time, full breath. And exhale, big sweep. Nice. Come all the way back up through center. Take a big breath in, both hands reach up this time. Reaching out through the waist, relax shoulders. As you exhale, twist to one direction, doesn't matter which. And eventually gaze is going to reach over the shoulder blade. So you're fully twisting the spine, back is tall. And that front hand's going to gently pull on the knee. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, sink in, back hand reaches towards the front of the room, front hand stays in the knee. Well, here's our twist. Head is heavy, reaching through those fingertips. And take an inhale here. Exhale. On the next inhale, take that top hand, reach it back behind you first. Gaze follows. And slowly rotate towards front of room. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, twist. Back is tall, gaze reaches, gentle pull. Pushing all the old air out. Take a deep breath in, back hand rises up. And let yourself fall right on over. Nice and heavy. Reaching through fingers, take an inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, reach behind you first. And come back through center. Nice. Already feels better. Let's take both hands, place them on top of the knees. So you have the option to stay here. You can bring the knees out wider. And big toes to touch. And I'm coming into a gentle butterfly. You can place hands here on the outside. You can also place the hands behind the knees, but I like them folded. There's many options. You can close the eyes. We'll do some seated cat-cows. Take an inhale, balloon out the belly, let the head fall back. Exhale, round. Inhale, balloon it out. Exhale, round. Nice. I'm going to do 3 or 4 more at your own pace. Just maybe do some seated cat-cows. And this time, try to find that linked breath. And we were just talking about that wave breath. So when you get to the top of the inhale, you're almost over-exaggerating the inhale. Gentle pull. Top of the inhale begins the exhale. Bottom of exhale begins inhale. And it's 1 more each side. And slowly make your way back through center. We're going to come into our next supportive pose. So you're going to need both of your pillows, if not 3, and place them the long way on your mat. Long way. Nice. And we're going to go into supportive fish pose, which is my favorite pose of all times. And a few options in the legs. You can stretch the legs out long. This usually feels the best for most people. They can hold the longest. You can also bring the base of the feet together to touch and sort of like this wide-legged butterfly pose. And if this gets uncomfortable after a while, just stretch the legs back out. Then you want about an inch or so between the tailbone and whatever you're using as a prop. And also whatever you're using, it depends on if the back of the head touches down. Basically, you're going to drape yourself all the way over. So this is a gentle chest opener. And see how I'm scooching my bone down a little bit? So we don't want this big arc in the spine. We want to scooch the bone down and kind of even it all out. And if it's too much on the back, this feels too much, you're going to bring your pillow or whatever you're using further up. So sometimes people get it too far down and kind of have this upward arch in the spine. It's whatever feels good. So just play around with it, move it around a little bit. And then if you feel like it's somewhere by your side, you can place it over the belly or torso, and that helps to ground you down. And just bring the arms out wide. And feet come nice and wide if you're not in butterfly. And if this still feels bad on low back, you can bring the knees up towards the sky and bring the knees to touch. The feet to touch. And aligning physical body, so taking a moment, finding some stillness. So making any final adjustments that you need to get comfortable. And eventually feeling shoulders relax down and away from the ears. And ears relax away from third eye point or forehead. Eyebrows relax all the way down. So you can allow the cheeks to be soft, the eyes to be heavy. Opening up through jaw. Removing tongue from roof and base of the mouth. And bringing the awareness to ride on the breath, so following the gentle lift of the inhales, watching the belly rise, and as you exhale, releasing. And I'm trying to find stillness in the mind, so if your mind begins to wander, especially when we have these longer holds, you have a few options. You can come back to the breath. And to practice with any of those 2 breathing exercises that we've been working on. And another thing that really helps me is to focus the gaze in the third eye point. So this is this spot between the two eyes is one of the chakras. And so you bring your eyes closed, but you bring the gaze inward and then up towards the center line. So you kind of align everything down this center line, this pull right in the body. Just soften muscles and face. And the third option, if the mind begins to wander, is to allow the mind to wander, but not grasp or hold on to anything that you find. Instead, just becoming aware of if the mind wanders back to past, see what's drawing your attention away from present moment, or if it wanders forward into the future, knowing what's making you anxious in the future. Take about 2 more breaths here. Slowly begin to prop yourself onto your elbows, onto your forearms, lifting up nice and slow. You can keep eyes closed, feels good. Just gentle, coming onto your seat, moving the blanket off to the side, and prop soft to front of mat. Swing across the legs. And you can slowly roll over and find hands and knees. And this is uncomfortable for the knees. We're going to be here for a minute, so grab your blanket again and just pat the knees. If it's uncomfortable for the wrist, come onto your fists. And closing the eyes, we're going to go through some cat-cows to kind of wash out supported fish pose. Taking a deep belly breath in, belly floats down till one pops. And exhale to curl. Nice round spine, pushing ground away. Shoulders come towards ears. Inhale, belly floats down. Tailbone reaches up. Open up chest. And shoulders fall back. Exhale, curl. 2 more at your own pace. And on the exhale, just open up the mouth. Do open mouth exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly finding neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. Left knee comes in towards chest. Round spine. As you exhale, kick that foot away nice and strong. So the heel's going to reach up towards the sky. You can push to the heel or push to the toe. Totally up to you. And begin to circle the ankle one direction. And make sure hips are square, so dropping through that hip. And then notice if you're arching the spine. Nice flat back, so pull your belly in. Gaze up between the hands. Take that foot. We're going to drop it over towards the right hand side. Either top of the foot or toe can touch. Take a deep breath and expand chest. And as you exhale, gently pushing ground away. Bring the gaze over towards that foot. 2 more. Bobbing with breath. Inhale, expand. Exhale, reach. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. And bring that foot all the way back around. Find neutral spine. Take a cat-cow to wash it out. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Neutral spine. Inhale. Right knee comes in. Nice round spine. Exhale. Cook that toe away. Pushing through heel or pushing through toe. I'll turn to the side so you guys can see. And fingers spread nice and wide. Begin to circle that ankle in one direction. And hips stay square. Belly's in. And circle opposite direction. And on the next exhale, take that foot, drop it over towards the left hand side. Either top of foot or toe touches. Inhale, expand. Exhale, reach. Inhale, expand. Exhale. 1 more inhale. And exhale. And slowly come all the way back around. We'll find neutral spine again. And we're going to go through a little bit of a flow, so walk the hands out a little bit further towards front of mat. Fingers stay nice and wide, and knees are underneath the hips. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, push hips back towards heels, child's pose. As you inhale, nice spinal roll, flow all the way forward, dropping hips low. Slide bend the elbows, let the head fall back, shoulders open. Exhale, curl, pushing hips back. Nice round spine. Chin stays tucked, head comes to touch. Inhale, roll forward. Hips drop low, slide bend in the elbow, let the head fall back. 2 more. Pushing hips back, full exhale. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, reach. And last time, inhale, roll forward. This time, hold. This is a slight version of up dog. Slight bend in the elbow. And if this is too much, walk the hands out. You can always come onto your forearms. It's a really good option. We'll just do that for fun because it feels good too. So come onto your forearms. Just bring the gaze side to side. So you can move with breath here once again. Eyes closed or eyes open. Inhale back through center. Exhale opposite. Inhale through center. Exhale opposite. Nice. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. We're going to push the hips all the way back. Find that tabletop position. And let's flip the palms to face up towards the ceiling, getting a nice wrist stretch in. You can even grab onto the hands. That's what I'm doing. It's kind of weird. It feels good. Let the head be heavy. We'll go through one more flow on your knees and make our way up to downward facing dog. We'll do a few movements in standing poses, and then we'll bring it back down. And I always tell people you're welcome to skip any of these and lie on your mat. It's also really therapeutic to just listen to somebody talk. And it feels good. It's almost like a meditation. So either one of those options. But let's plant the hands back on the ground, fingers spread. And same thing, flowing, moving with breath. So curling toes under, we're going to take an inhale and table. Exhale, push hips towards heels. Stretching out the base of the feet. Inhale, lifting up, finding downward facing dog, heels pressed back. Exhale, nice spinal roll all the way forward. Come into high plank, and you're going to keep exhaling here. So dropping the hips low, toes stay curled under, head falls back, hammock pose. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I call it that. Inhale to table. Exhale, hips towards heels. Inhale, lifting up, downward facing dog. You can have a slight bend in the knees, heels push back. Exhale, nice spinal roll all the way forward. Hips drop low, and heels stay right over the toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, find neutral. Inhale and table. Exhale, hips towards heels. Inhale, reaching up, down dog. Exhale, roll forward, high plank, lowering all the way through. Slight bend in elbows, head falls back. One more, inhale. Exhale, hips towards heels. Inhale, lifting up, down dog. Exhale, roll forward, high plank, lowering hips. Nice. Let's find table and curl toes under, push hips back. We'll find downward facing dog. If this is too much, just stay in tabletop position and come onto your fist here. And take 5 even breaths, and with each exhale sticking out, tongue towards chin, and lion's breath. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And as you're ready, you can curl the back toes under if you're in tabletop. And we're just going to come into a gentle forward fold, so however you want to get there. If you want to just tiptoe the feet up towards the hands. If you're in table and need to just get up and find a gentle forward fold. And it feels really good to just bend the knees a lot. So feet should be right underneath the knees and about hip width distance apart. That's about 2 fists. I'm going to spread the toes nice and wide, let the head be heavy. So you can see I have a big bend in my knees. I'm just letting my belly plop right on top of my thighs. Feels really good. Finding that fluid breath. And you have the option to stay here, or you can even grab elbow to elbow and sort of like pendulum swing to each side. So nice and gentle. If you want to add a little bit more movement, you can just walk the fingers side to side. Take an inhale to 1. Exhale back through. Inhale opposite. Exhale back through. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Finding neutral spine. We'll slowly roll all the way up, stacking the vertebrae. Head stays stuck for last. Nice. When you get to the top, take a full breath in. Both hands reach up. And you can find a slight back bend here. Just be careful, just a forward fold. As you exhale, bring hands to heart center, settling in. Just close the eyes to a mountain pose. Tops of the knees engaged, legs are nice and strong. And tailbone reaches down towards the ground, belly's in. Shoulders are down and back. And take 2 more big sweeping breaths here with the option to come onto the tips of the toes. So opening the eyes, soft gaze ahead. Take a full breath in, both hands sweep down and back. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more inhale. Exhale, hands to heart and forward fold. Nice. Inhale, find a flat back. You can kind of let the hands dangle here. It also feels good to rest them on the knees or on the thighs. For a little bit more support. And with the tailbone reaching away from crown of head. Gaze looks down so not to straighten the neck. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, gaze looks up towards belly button, chin comes in. Nice. 1 more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Nice. And find that gentle bend in the knee. Let's take hands, clasp them behind low back. And you're interweaving the fingers and bring the base of the palms to touch. Let hands fall overhead, really heavy. And then a few options. You can kind of let the shoulders come towards the ears. That's one option. Or you can really reach the knuckles away, opening up through the chest. Whatever feels good. And 2 breaths here. Option to swip the grip, so opposite thumb comes on top. Slowly releasing, hands go down towards the ground. And find your right leg and wiggle the right toes. You're going to take a big step back and find a high runner's lunge. A nice wide stance. You can drop that back into the ground and back foot to touch. Once again, knee sensitivity. You can add a pillow. You can also use your pillow as a prop, so you can bring it towards the outer edge of left foot. So I can put the blanket underneath my knee for support. I'll only be here for a second. And here's my prop here in the left hand. And as you're ready, you want to make sure that front knee is directly over the heel. And it's a big one. If it isn't, you know, wiggle your foot outwards a little bit. Okay. If it doesn't look like this, if this is your lunge, that's totally okay. Same thing. You just want to be heavy through the hips. And make sure the hips stay square. So you're going to find this scissoring movement of pulling the right hip forward, left hip back. And even as you reach your hands up, the legs are still strong. They're struggling against each other. Hands reach up towards the sky. Nice. And we're going to interweave the fingers. Press the hands away, then relax the shoulders down and back and find a slight back bend. A few big belly breaths here. If you want to take that front leg and wiggle it out to the outer edges of the mat, sometimes that feels good. Give the hips some more room. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, we're going to bring left hand to the left hip, and right hand's going to reach up towards the sky. Options, slight bend over to left side. Big breath here. Exhale, bring both hands towards the inside of that front leg. When you curl into that back toe, lift up that back knee, and walk the hands towards the center. So outer edges of the feet are going to come parallel to front of the mat, or to sides of the mat. Take a gentle forward fold, wide-legged. Hello, hello. So you can have a bend in the knee. I always really encourage people to get a wide squat. If you want to grab the pillow here or a blanket, you can put it underneath the hands. Just taking your time. And take a few breaths here. Really feeling the fingers spread nice and wide. And spreading toes wide, grounding down. And 1 more breath. And as you exhale, begin to walk the hands over to the right foot. You come into a high runner's lunge on right side. So that back knee can drop down. You can find any props you need. So if you need to bring some over to the right foot, and back foot touches. And take a moment, find that good place where that ankle is directly underneath the knee. Maybe wiggling that foot to the outer edge of the mat, bring your hands to prayer. Scissoring the hips again. Nice and strong through the legs. Take an inhale, both hands reach up. As you exhale, interweaving the fingers, pressing the palms away. Take a breath here, maybe letting the head fall back, slight back bend. And as you exhale, right hand comes to right hip. Big stretch over to right side. One more breath. And as you exhale, both hands come towards center. We'll curl the back toe under, lift up, back knee, and walking the hands back through center again. So same way you came, wide-legged forward fold. This time, option to bring some sway in side to side. So you can kind of take this as much or as little as you want to. Just swaying side to side. You just have a slight sway, that's okay. And as you're ready, we'll walk the hands back towards left. And step right to meet left. Forward fold. And you might want your pillow or prop for this, and you can fold it over once if you want. We're going to begin to tiptoe the feet side to side so you have a little bit more space. I'll do it this way so you can see. Heels are going to be a little bit closer than toes, and you want the heels almost to the outer edges of the mat, so nice wide stance. And you can begin to settle in for a wide squat. If this is too much, just bring yourself all the way down to your seat and bring base of the feet to touch and butterfly. Totally up to you. So either a wide squat with or without the prop under the bum, hands up for a Buddha squat, or you can bring the legs out. I'm just going to do one more stretch side to side. You're going to take left hand, bring it to left foot. And if you're in squat, just come wrap the elbow in and around. So you're reaching towards the outer edge. Take a big breath in, right hand reaches up towards the sky. And full inhale. And as you exhale, let that head be nice and heavy. An option, stay as you are, take that elbow, bend the elbow, reach for opposite hip. So you get a really good neck stretch here. And belly is nice and big. And 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, slowly unwind, come back through center, and right hand plants down. I'll show you as if you're in butterfly. Right hand plants down on top of that foot, and left hand reaches up towards the sky. Shoulder blades relax down and back, head is heavy. And take a big breath and reach up. As you exhale, bend that elbow, reach for opposite hip. And 2 breaths here, big Buddha belly breaths. And slowly unwind, come back through center. And you're going to allow yourself to rest all the way down and back. I'm going to find our last pose. So if you want to take the pillow, we can bring it underneath the knees. It's going to be a supported Shavasana. And you can let the legs come out nice and wide. Allow yourself to go all the way down and back. And it feels really good to take the blanket and place it over the belly, or even outstretched nice and long. But I really encourage people to take up as much space as they want. So if you want to bring the arms out wide and really open up the armpits and the arms, you can do that. Once again, checking in with the bum if you want to wiggle it out side to side. Make sure the low back has space. And gently tucking chin under, nice and long through back of neck. And taking a few moments, wiggling around as much as you need to until you're completely comfortable. And if you're really supported and grounded through the whole back side of the body and really light and airy through front. And soft through eyebrows, soft through jaw. And take 2 open mouth exhales to settle in. So take a full inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Complete stillness, beginning to focus on the rise and fall of belly and chest, and just following the breath, and be reaching for a heartbeat in fingers or in toes. Mind be at ease, breath is natural. Continue to place the awareness on the rise and fall of the chest. And continue to deepen the breath, just a mirror a little bit further into the belly. And feeling the ribs come out wide. And gently let the head fall back and forth with eyes closed, just massaging the back of the skull. And making your way back through center. Let's stretch the arms out overhead. Nice long stretch. Reaching through the waist, reaching through all sides of the body, front and back. And beginning to involve the legs, stretching through the legs, pushing through the heels, and gently rolling over onto one side. And find the seat pose. You can bring your props with you, bring knees in towards chest, just wrapping arms in and around. And taking a moment to pause here and thank yourself for showing up. And secondly, if you wanted to set an intention for the rest of your day, this is a good place to set it from. You know, this place of quiet and stillness. So this place of self-love or self-care. And so if you do have an intention, try to come from those places. And slowly making your way up to your final seat. Cross legs or stretch legs out long front and that nice tall back. And taking a deep breath in, both hands reach up, palms touch. And open mouth, exhale, bring hands to heart. Nice. One more inhale. And exhale. Spreading fingers wide against themselves. Left hands to the third eye point. And bow to self in practice. Namaste. Thanks, guys. I hope that was nice. 43, of course, a little bit long. I'm sorry. That always happens. But I hope you can take some stuff from that, and I'll post again as soon as I can. Let me know if you have any questions. I love you, Mom. Thanks for your help with everything. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.